Good afternoon. My name is John Lane. I live in Waterford Township, Michigan. I used to be a real estate investor in the state of Michigan. I bought houses, fixed them up, and rented them. I had a fire at one of my houses. I was insured with Allstate. Big mistake. Allstate charged me with arson. They put me in a couple jails, and I went to pretrial. At the pretrial, Allstate's fire investigator testified he stole evidence out of my house and put it in the shed behind his. Terry Small, the arson investigator for Alcona County, a very honest, dignified police officer, testified on my behalf, but somehow he came to court without a job. The firefighters for Alcona County also came and testified on my behalf, and they're a great bunch of honest, dignified firemen for which Alcona County can be proud of. After the charges were thrown out of court, I went to the FBI. I went to the office in downtown Detroit, and I went to the Troy office. Melinda Irby, the FBI agent, asked me what I wanted. Asked me if I wanted the ATF to look at my house. I said yes. I left my house up for approximately 13 months and nothing happened. After that, I went to the Michigan State Insurance Commissioner. They set me up on a meeting with a Mr. Futraw, who I was told was a special investigator for the State Attorney General's office. Nothing happened. He told me there's nothing I could do. I couldn't believe it. This is Michigan, communist Michigan. A while after that, I waited and I started going to the politicians in Michigan. I went to John Dingell's office. I went to John Conyers' office. I went to Carl Levin's office. I called Deborah Cherry, my state senator. I called Deborah Stabenow. Deborah Cherry, and Carl Levin told me there was nothing they could do. To the defense of John Conyers asked me, his clerk said, put it in writing and we'll see what Mr. Conyers can do for you. Nothing happened. I also went to the U.S. Attorney in Bay City. I put that in writing and nothing happened. The people in Michigan are in dire straits. The politicians in Michigan don't care. In the state of Michigan, we have independent fire investigations. That's the biggest racketeering event in the United States. Our politicians don't care what happened to you. This is the official testimony of Allstate Insurance. If you believe in Allstate Insurance, you need to do two things. See a doctor to see if you got a brain, and see an attorney. I also went to Joe Nolenberg, who was a sales representative from Allstate Insurance Company. He was in the insurance company, in Allstate Insurance, before he became a politician. That was a big mistake. He didn't care, and what a big liar he turned out to be. He also has a son who's a politician in Michigan. He needs to be thrown out of office. Independent fire investigation is racketeering in the state of Michigan. Our politicians let them do it, and they all need to be thrown out of office. Michigan needs help. If there's a congressman or a senator out there from another state, they need to come here and help the people of Michigan. I contacted the American Trial Attorneys Association, which is known as the American Association of Justice. They informed me that the Bush administration gave a free get-out-of-jail card to corporations operating in the United States. And I quote, "to usurp state law and undermine consumer protection." That's the free get-out-of-jail card. Insurance companies donated $50 million to the Bush campaign And that's how they're able to do nothing for their insureds. Rip them off. You're not in good hands with Allstate. Now, Edward Liddy was the CEO of Allstate when I was insured with him, and now he's the CEO of AIG. They got $150 billion, and now Mr. Liddy, I presume, is trying to get a bailout for Allstate Insurance, MetLife, and American Express. This bailout program is a bogus abuse of the Republican Party. The Republican Party is sending us to hell in the United States. They're destroying our democracy. Edward Liddy is the biggest liar in America. Mr. Madoff knows that. He got $50 billion. But now they're starting to do something about that. Mr. Obama, our president-elect, says get involved. I'm trying to get involved. I'm trying to help the people of Michigan. They're getting ripped off by the politicians in the state of Michigan. We need to vote them all out of office. Chris Cuomo, Matt Lauer, and Bill O'Reilly are the only ones I know of who talk about insurance abuse on television. Hooray for them. I'd love to meet those guys. I've got a new idea for a website in the state of Michigan where the people of Michigan can get on the website, complain about our politicians, and share information about insurance companies in the state of Michigan. We need to do that because our politicians don't care. John Quinones did a special on Oprah Winfrey, and it was about getting involved and standing up. Well, here I am getting involved, standing up for the people of Michigan, and most assuredly for myself and Terry Small. I want to know why Terry Small, a 16-year-old veteran, was not on the Alcona County Sheriff's Department. John Quinones wrote a book, Heroes Among Us. He needs to put Terry Small in that book. And Barack Obama needs to come to Michigan and give Terry Small a medal for his honesty and his dignity. Edward Liddy and Dennis Haybert, the spokesman for Allstate, in my opinion, are the biggest liars in America. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, don't come to Michigan and get out if you can. Our politicians do nothing for us regarding insurance companies. It's racketeering in the state of Michigan, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't know who else I can go to. That's why I'm making this message. I'm going to be like Allstate. This is my opinion. Don't let Allstate put you in prison for 30 years with just their opinion. Cancel